Hi my honeys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a full-on eyeshadow tutorial as well as doing my entire skin with you guys because I did some shopping. Not like a lot of shopping because a girl is not rich and I got a budget, but I did buy a few things that I've been eyeballing and that have really caught my attention on TikTok. TikTok literally makes you spend money and you have to like run because everything always gets sold out. But some of these items have been out for quite some time. But I'm just gonna mention really quick the products that I'm gonna be showing you guys today. So I'm playing with this palette from LA Girl. This is the Keep It Playful palette. I love it that it's drugstore and it's also very, very affordable. And I did create this eyeshadow look today using this palette. And I also bought the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their cream blush, but it's called Stick Blush in the shade Peachy Keen, but it's a cream blush. And I'm gonna show you guys how to apply that today. And then I know I'm so like late on this, but the JACLYN Hill, this is their brightening and setting palette. I've been eyeballing this for quite some time. It is spendy, so that's why it's been taking me quite some time to actually make the purchase, but I can't wait to share my thoughts with you guys on this palette and how to use it. So yeah, I bought that, and then I'm also playing with the Fenty Beauty palette again. Sorry, it is super dirty. And I'm going to show you guys how to use it, all that good stuff. So I love playing with new makeup. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for being here, and let's go ahead and jump in. I am so excited to dig into this LA Girl palette. I haven't played with LA Girl Cosmetics in a very long time actually, especially their palettes. I haven't played with their palettes, but when I went to Ulta, you guys, and I saw this, I just had to buy it. I really enjoy the bronzy tones, and look how shimmery this eyeshadow is. Let me bring it down so you guys can see without the studio lights. This is their true colors, and I really want to go into this and apply it perhaps all over my lid for my cut crease. But yeah, I was really intrigued with this because it's a lot of like brown neutral tones that I normally like to use a lot recently, even though you guys already know that I love to create very colorful, bright eyeshadow looks, but palettes like this still spark my interest. For my crease, I am gonna go into this shadow right here. They don't have any names at all, like on the back too, like there's no names or names in the front, but that's okay. So this shade is a matte shade. I'm gonna go into my Morphe M506 brush, and I'm gonna dip in. I'm gonna start to place it right in my crease. And since we are doing a cut crease today, I am going to bring it all the way in and then take it all the way out. So I am going into a second layer, and as you guys can see, I'm just moving this back and forth. And then don't worry about the outer edges. I am going to clean that up. I'm taking my Morphe M433 with no product, and I'm just moving this around. So far, so good. This does not look patchy. It's blending out very nicely, and I am loving this so far. Perfect. Now to blend out those edges, you guys, I'm gonna go into this brown shade right here, and I'm using my Morphe M433, the one that we just used with no product, to blend out the edges. I'm gonna pick up some of that eyeshadow and I'm gonna apply it right here, and we are just going to buff. And I'm using very light pressure, so I do have my hand all the way towards the outer or the butt of the brush and I'm using very light strokes going back and forth, but at the same time doing like small little circular motions. I'm gonna go into another brush, you guys, but I think this one is a Morphe M433, but it's very old. I'm gonna go into this shade, and what I'm gonna do is place it right underneath the brow bone, just like this. I just wanna buff this out and just make sure that there's just no harsh lines and everything looks nice and smooth. And then I'm gonna bring it towards the inner corner as well. Of course, to cut the crease, I'm gonna go into my Urban Decay Eden Primer. Using my JACLYN Cosmetics, this is their CC number 3 brush. I'm gonna start to create it, and I love to use this brush to cut my crease. It is so good. But any concealer brush that you have will do. Morphe has these brushes as well. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it in right here. Normally I take it out, but today I just want it right here, and then we're just gonna bring it out. So of course, for all over the lid, I want to go into this eyeshadow because it is seriously so freaking pretty. I want to swatch it for you guys, and look at that. It's so bronzy. fancy. What I'm gonna do, you guys, first, since I already put it on my finger, I'm just going to apply it. Oh my God, this is freaking gorgeous. So pretty. Wow, 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 wow. I'm gonna go ahead and take this flat brush. It's from Beauty Creations with no Fix Plus or like glitter adhesive. I'm going right into the pan. And I'm just going to start to kind of like push it in and get it really close to the, primer? Get it really close to those lines. So I'm going in, you guys, to my Urban Decay Eden primer, and I'm using my Morphe E37 brush, and I'm pretty much just creating a wing. I am going to layer this up probably like 2 to 3 times. So I'm gonna, this is like first layer, and I'm just gonna let it kind of sit there for a little bit, and then I'm gonna let it dry. I'm gonna put another layer, let that dry for a little bit, and then finally add the 3rd layer. All right, chicas, so now I'm gonna go into this eyeshadow like I mentioned a little bit ago, and I'm just using this brush from Sigma. It's the E75, which is meant for your brows, but I love to use it as a eyeliner brush. Now, if you guys don't like the white or the cream liner, you guys can definitely change that and can go in with black or brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go right on top of it, and I'm just pretty much going to set it. Now it's time for skin. So for my primer today, you guys, I'm gonna go into the Benefit. This is the Professional Light Primer. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is just apply this on my T-zone right here. And I'm just going to set the areas where I normally get oily, which is my T-zone. For foundation, I'm gonna go into my Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue in the shade 109. And I am going to be applying it with my Beauty Creations, right? Yeah. Oh no, Be Bella makeup sponge. How was your guys' weekend? Mine was pretty chill, actually. With my sister, we went to go check out a few like new spots downtown here in Phoenix, and we just went a little bar hopping and just looked at cute little places, and we had brunch. We went to church early in the morning, and then we went over to my sister's house yesterday and just pretty much chilled by the pool. We ate, we hung out. Those are like my favorite times, honestly, like just hanging out with my sister and my family by the pool, eating, which is so bad because I'm like, I need to stop eating, but it's so hard to be on a diet. It's so hard, but I'm like little by little like making small little changes, and it's been helping a lot. I see a small difference already in my body and the way that I feel internally. So it's working little by little. For contour, you guys, I'm gonna switch it up today, and I'm gonna go into my Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer from Too Faced in the shade Warm Sand. And I'm just gonna start to apply it around my cheekbones once I find my brush. So like I said, pretty much I'm gonna apply it towards the sides or the temples. I love going in with this concealer because it blends very, very nicely. Just whenever I wanna switch it up and use different products, like I love using this. For my concealer today, you guys, I'm gonna go into NARS. This is their Custard Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I'm just going to apply it in the areas where I normally do. To blend it out, of course, we're gonna go back into that same sponge, and I'm just gonna buff this out. I really wanna start using a different concealer, but the ones that I've been using for many years, I'm just so obsessed with them. Like this one from NARS, and then of course my multi-sculpting concealer from Too Faced in the shade Vanilla are seriously like my favorite. I just recently ran out of my Tarte Shape Tape, which I have to go back and buy a new one. I think that's it. I don't think I don't use any other concealers, but I definitely want to venture out and try something new. So if you guys have any suggestions or any concealers that you absolutely love, let me know down in those comments so I can check out your feedback. I really just want to buy another concealer and try something new. Taking that brush that we used to apply our cream contour, and I'm just going to buff any harsh lines. Of course, the purpose of today's video is because I bought some new makeup, the eyeshadow, and then I also bought the new Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their stick blush. So it is in cream, and I got the shade Peachy Keen. So I have used this already, but of course I wanted to show you guys here on my channel. I used it only once, so this will be my second time using it. I did a reel. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I did play with that there, but I haven't played with it since, and I wanted to show you guys. So right here we have the brush, which I actually do like, but I'm going to use my own brush to apply it today. And then on the other side you have the product. So the way that you apply your cream blush, you guys, sometimes with these products you can apply them after you've set it with your powder, but I have noticed, and through trial and error for me, whenever I do set my makeup with powders and then I go in with cream products on top, some cream blushes you can get away with it. But either way, you guys, I do like to apply my cream products first, and then I do set them with powder at the end. And if you do need more, you can definitely go in and apply some more on top. I'm gonna start to apply it right here. And then you can use this side if you want to brush it out. But I'm gonna go into this brush that I used last time as well. This is the Morphe E63. And so what I do is just kind of like buff it in and push it into the cream contour. All right, so I also bought the JACLYN Hill. I've been actually wanting this palette, you guys, for a very long time. This is their brightening and setting palette. So I did get the light medium one. They do have 3 different skin tones or tones. So we have, I think, the fair to light, and then the light to medium, and then I believe medium to dark for darker complexions. So I have the one in the middle. And I will say one thing about this, you guys, is that I wish, like, even on the box, I just threw away my trash, but in the box, you can't, they don't, at least I didn't see it, but you can't tell which one is which. So I always like to open up the product in the store. I don't know if that's okay to do, but I just literally just take it out and I open it up and I'm like, okay, this is the one that I want. So I just kind of wish that the box had the name of it, because even on the box or even on here, it doesn't tell you which color you have. Like, I tried looking for it. Correct me down the bottom where I can find it, but I literally looked everywhere and I couldn't figure out if this was light or medium or fair. So that is one thing that I will say, that just make sure you are getting the right one. Taking this little puff, you guys, I'm going to start to set my under eye. Actually, you know what? Before we do, I'm gonna go into my bronzer. So taking my Fenty Beauty, I'm obsessed with this palette. I already did a review if you guys want to check that out here on my channel. And I'm just gonna go into these 2 shades, and I'm just going to set my cream contour. Now, for a lot of you guys, if you're new to my channel, I love doing this because for the same reason that it just blends my bronzer a lot nicer than when I set my face with powder and then I go in with bronzer. I feel like it looks very patchy on me. So this works for me. Taking this shade as well, and I'm gonna use this brush from Morphe. This is the 580. And I'm just going to apply it down the sides of my nose. I'm gonna go into Light Banana, this one. Lower it like that so you guys can see. Again, follow me on Instagram because I show you guys the palette a little bit more up close and personal. I'm just gonna look up and press underneath my eye. So this pretty much sets your under eye, and it also brightens it up a little bit. I love brightening up my my under eye a lot, especially in pictures. It looks so pretty. And I'm just gonna run this down as well. You guys can see how bright that is. I'm gonna dust off the remaining powder. For this, you guys, I do like to go like this just to clean it up. I also do my forehead. And then if you guys don't want to set your whole face with these powders like this, you definitely don't have to. I also go into my translucent powder and then I let it kind of like sit like I normally do, bake, and then I dust it off, and then I go in with this and I highlight my under eye. So you don't have to do this after you've blended out your creams. Taking my Morphe M401, I am going to just dust it and just make sure there's no harsh lines. I do want a little bit more brightness under the eye. I probably don't need it, but I just want to show you guys. So taking this shade right here, I want to say it's probably Almond. I want to say it's probably the shade Almond. Bring it under the eye, but just right here to brighten that up a little bit. Going back into my Fenty Beauty powder, and I'm just going to touch up my nose again, so that way it doesn't look bright and white. This powder, you guys, feels so smooth under the eyes too. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Same thing, I'm just going back in with my bronzer just to touch it up, make sure that there's no harsh lines. Taking this highlighter from that palette, using my finger, I'm just gonna run it down my nose. Woo! that is bright. My waterline, I'm gonna go into the Tres Luce Intenso liner in the shade Tranquila. It's pretty much a nude, and run it in. You can also do brown if you want. For the under eye, taking that first shade that we used, and I'm taking my MAC 266, and I'm just going to run this underneath here. For this outer corner, you guys, I want to attach it to the bottom, just bring it out like that. Taking this eyeshadow, the one that we used earlier as well, and using my, I was gonna say MAC, Sigma E55, and I'm just going to run it. And then I'm gonna go into mascara, my Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. And I'm just going to run it towards my lower lashes. All right, my honeys, so this is the final look that I created today using some brand new products. And also, I am wearing a gloss lip. You guys know that I normally always do more of a matte, and I felt glossy today, so I said, why not? So you guys, let's go ahead and talk about these products. So this palette from LA Girl Cosmetics, it's called Keep It Playful. Obsessed. I am obsessed, you guys. These eyeshadows look so beautiful. It literally looks like I went into a high-end palette, and this is drugstore. Like, you can find this at Ulta. It is so pretty, and the eyeshadows blended very well. They were not chalky. They blended very well together also, which you guys know that I love when a palette can do that. And let's take a moment to talk about this shadow right here all over the lid. This one right in the middle, it is gorgeous. It is so stunning, and I definitely recommend picking up the eyeshadow palette. Now let's move over to the blush. Obsessed. You guys can see it right here too. It's very subtle. It's not like super overpowering. I recommend it if you guys are looking into a new cream blush. Now the Jaclyn Hill Pressed and Brightening palette, obsessed. really in love with this palette, you guys. I just love how bright my under eye looks. Like, it looks so good. But I will say though that a little bit goes a long way. So just an FYI, you know, I'm kind of sad that I didn't pick this up when it first came out, but I'm glad that I did now, and I have it in my collection, and she's not going anywhere. For my lips today, I do want to share what I have on. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cool Brown Lip Pencil, my favorite at the moment, and then the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Lipstick in the shade Sugar Boo. And then on top of that, I do have Madison Beer in collab with Morphe. It's an oldie, but it's in the shade Mars. I don't know if they still have this, but any of Morphe glosses are seriously so good. And that's it, you guys. That's all of the new purchases that I bought this past weekend. Let me know your thoughts down below. I want to know if you guys have any of these products. Have you tried them? Do you like them? Do you hate them? I want to know. And as always, whatever works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. I had so much fun doing this video. I think I'm gonna buy more makeup soon and do more of these videos for you guys. If you agree, please give it a big thumbs up. All right, so I'm sending you guys a really big hug. Besitos, nos vemos pronto. I will see you guys very soon on Thursday for another video in English, but if you want to see one in Spanish, I will see you on Saturday. Bye.